Hello and welcome to How Do You Drew?
This is a Drew Barrymore podcast brought to you by thedrewsm.com.
And sponsored by our friends at Positive Medium.
I'm Anne.
And I'm Ashley. Hello, hello,
Hello,
hello.
hello,
We're
hello.
back, baby.
We're back.
And in typical How Do You Drew fashion, the day we go to do this, my voice is like messed up from allergies. you know, just gotta keep on trend as we do.
Of course, I've been looking around at like pollen literally flying through the air here, and I'm just like, I'm glad I don't have allergies, apparently.
Kind of pretty though.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's clinging to my new like porch like screen though. Yeah. So they're like I had white snow and now it's just like white, just little things that have been fluttering through the air.
Main life.
Speaking of things that are fluttering through the air, I've been flying around a bit and traveling. So
nice segue.
so thank you all for being so patient and I'm glad you're back.
Yeah, we both traveled actually. We actually were like right by each other and didn't see each other.
Oh, I almost forgot about that because it was so long ago because time is melting like a Dali painting.
As our wonderful Drew stated, that's so true. Yeah, that was like weeks ago. But yeah, we've both been busy and sorry guys, but Drew's Day is whenever we say it is.
It sure is. But you can always rely on us to be there on Drew's Day. You just have to figure out when it is.
Exactly. And so I had a thought. So this is a Drewsflash episode because holy cow, there's plenty to catch up on.
Oh yeah, there was plenty when we put out the last one, which is kind of a funny thing.
I know. So I'm kind of thinking we drop the farce of it being a mini episode, quote unquote, and it's just a Drewsflash is a Drewsflash. It just isn't like a normal topic, but yeah. A lot of them have been running like close to an hour. So maybe we just call it a Drewsflash and call it a day.
These are full episodes now, guys.
Yep. There's just so much content.
There might be one day when there's a real mini, but I feel like even our smallest mini was still like 40 minutes.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So let's jump into whatever the first of our many topics we'll be covering today. So I think we've got a Deja Drew on our hands.
We sure do. And any excuse to use our new favorite audio clip of Drew. What's that? Oh, it's the RV, Dougie. It's the magic car. Woo, woo. Home away from home. It's the magic car.
Guys, we're talking about the RV now again.
Okay, I know the RV, this like endless cycle where we talk about it and she talks about it and we talk about it and she talks about it. I kind of love it.
And because we stopped, she stopped. Damn it. But we're starting it back up.
I know. It's true. These are weeks old, but she had posted on Instagram. Seriously, I bet you it was like 3 weeks ago. Really cool photo of her from about 1999 standing in front of an RV. The caption was, "Some things never change. My love for RVs has stayed the same," as we have been noting.
Yes, I love the picture. Also, did we know about this 1999 RV trip before?
You know what's so funny is that this photo was it was included in one of 3 Flower Press mags.
Okay, I actually thought it looked a little familiar. What did we think about it at that point?
Oh, I was like blown away by it. But yeah, it was kind of one of those things where I like just kind of forgot. And so when you're like, has she ever done an RV again? I'm like, no.
But this is the only evidence that I can think of
yeah,
it.
Same. Yeah.
But so cute. She looks so like utilitarian, like ready to go in her little like beige button up with a collar. It's so cute.
Like a little camp counselor or something.
Exactly. Very cool.
And then on the Drew Barrymore show in the segment with Benny Blanco, she said she showed another photo of her standing in front of an RV on the recent trip, which is really cute. Aww. And she said that on the last trip, she tried to avoid major interstates and take side roads. And that was exactly what she told David Letterman in 1996 about that trip. So that was really cool.
That's really cool. And actually, now I feel like I'm trying to remember where she said she went on the 1996 one, but we don't have to get into it unless you remember.
Yeah, I mean that was like like Joshua Tree and then like Texas and Nashville.
That's right.
I think they landed in Connecticut was the final spot.
Okay,
Connecticut.
so we did know.
Yeah.
But yay, I'm forever gonna love getting more of this RV content. So Drew, we'll be looking out for you and your magic car.
Home away from home.
Um, okay, so what other Deja Drews came upon us this past couple of weeks?
Okay, so if you guys remember when they had the little bad girls reunion on the Drew
Hmm.
Barrymore show, we had noted that there was a very blink and you'll miss it mention about Drew getting arrested during the filming. And you and
Yes.
I talked about it a bit and we were like, we gotta get to the bottom of this. One day we're gonna know.
Yeah.
Well, Dermot Mulroney went on a podcast called Inside of You.
Hmm.
And he vaguely went a little bit more into what this legal trouble was that happened. So his words were it involves Texas Rangers, border crossing, drugs, and a lawyer down there in Texas. And
Ooh.
then later he clarified drugs was marijuana. So, like,
Okay, no
calm
big
down.
deal. Yeah. I mean, I guess it was the year that it was not legal, but still
Right.
like,
I mean, 1993. So it like could have been really bad for Drew if that had gotten out, like at that time in her life and
oh yeah.
career.
Oh yeah. Especially so soon after, like that's only 3 years after she released a book about her quote,
Yeah,
like
which is so weird to think
that's
about.
really weird to think about, but goodness, that's new to us.
I know. So that kind of explains why she was like really emotional, crying with Dermot and saying like that he took such good care of her
Mhm.
because he was sort of involved in, I guess, kind of keeping that hush hush. So
My
he shared
goodness.
it. So it's okay. I guess we can share it. He said that Drew seemed ready to talk about it on that episode. So
Maybe there were even parts that were cut out. Who knows?
totally. I believe there were. I would totally see that.
Oh my gosh.
So there we go.
It's interesting to fill in that little gap, but also I just was thinking more like she was like 18.
17, 18. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
18. You're right.
Trip.
So
Trip,
weird.
but so cool to hear those details. And yeah, I remember it being like immediately like heart-wrenching. Like clearly they had some kind of thing between them that happened. And
Yeah. I would love to go back and hear our speculation, whatever you and I said about it back then.
I know we got to figure out what episode that was and see what we said. I think we were just like, what could like just totally flabbergasted.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
All right. So what else do we got?
One more thing is that I made a note of this because we've been asked a few times on our Q&As. I feel like someone always asks if we think that Drew would ever do another dramatic movie role. That's like a common question we hear a lot, right?
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like that's a big no.
Okay.
So on Drew's news, Ross kind of asked her about that. She said that when she did Grey Gardens, she went so far and completely lost her mind during it, which we kind of knew.
Yeah.
And she said that afterwards, she was just like, I'm good for the rest of my life. I'm never doing this again. Like, done.
Ooh. Although Grey Gardens was like deep because she became
Yeah.
some other person who, maybe a little mentally ill.
Right.
But also, interesting.
I know.
Also, have you heard that Adam Sandler's doing another Happy Gilmore?
I have. Yeah.
And I'm just like, I wonder if Drew will pop up in there.
Oh, that's a fun thought. That'd be really cute. We'll take anything at this point.
Yeah, speaking of whatever her next film role might be, we're gonna keep our ears open for that.
But don't expect a big drama Oscar bait movie anytime soon or ever.
All right, Drew. Okay. You do what makes you happy. We don't want you to lose your mind any more than you already have. Okay, so tell me what Drew has proclaimed her love for in the last couple weeks since the last time we recorded.
I love love.
Ooh, this might be the longest ever.
And
we'll
probably the longest for a while because the show has finished filming for this season. So let's jump into this fun one.
Okay. So Drew loves Urkel.
Like, did I do that?
Yeah, exactly. Great one to kick it off with.
Yes.
She loves girl power.
Of course.
The Drew House clothing. More on that later. Anilla wafer. You got to say it like that. Wafer.
I love Nilla wafers too.
I knew you were going to say that. She loves Andre the Giant.
Cool.
Southwest, the airline.
Okay.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Okay.
Blackjack.
Okay.
Designing Women.
That show I've like almost never watched, but my mom loves it.
Super 80s. She loves mailbox surprises.
Ooh, us too.
I
P.O.
know.
Box
Oh my gosh.
416, Phillips, Maine. 4966.
Perfect. And Drew, feel free to drop something in there anytime.
Yeah.
She loves happy endings.
What kind, Drew?
Not in a sexual way. She loves figs.
Ooh, I love a fig jam.
Ooh, yummy. She loves the lay and the stay beach towel.
What is that? Just some
It's like-
specific.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just liked how it sounded.
Yeah.
She loves crystals.
Ooh.
And then I just thought we gave her like a heart-shaped one once. Do you remember that?
Yes,
That we
I
got
do.
at Lula May.
I do remember.
Oh, she loves pickles, which how is that not on the list already? But it wasn't.
That makes me want to go grab a pickle right now. Okay, what else?
Hot dogs.
Of course, we knew that.
Yep. A little heat.
Ooh, does she mean like spice or like temperature?
I think it was spice.
Okay.
Yep. And then this one I loved. She loves a cloche. And I knew as soon as the word cloche was said that she was going to love it. I just knew it.
What is a cloche? Is it a
Oh,
hat?
No, a cloche is that like cover that goes over food that you like lift off. Ta-da.
Oh, a cloche.
Such a Drew thing, right?
I love a cloche.
She loves pets.
Oh,
A thin mint.
ooh, me too.
Uh-huh. And finally, a rub. And
Like
then
a
she
massage?
meant like seasoning, but she was also kind of
Oh.
like wink, wink.
I love a rub.
Yeah.
Okay, so those were all fun. I'm trying to think of anything more surprising. Like you said, I'm surprised we didn't have pickles before.
I know. Might be one of those things that she said so much that I kept thinking it was on the list, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Like I did with mac
Mac
and
and
cheese.
cheese, yeah.
So dumb.
I also love mailbox surprises because that's such a
Yeah.
specific way to phrase it.
Yep.
Okay, so the Drewism of the week.
You know, those cool little isms that we do.
So Drew had Jessica Capshaw on the show, which is always fun because she's Steven Spielberg's stepdaughter. So they have that like fun kind of
cool.
familial bond. And Jessica gave some really good parenting advice. And this is what Drew had to say about it.
So I would like to take your piece of advice and get on it like a bicycle and ride it into the sunset and honor that
Beautiful imagery, as always, Drew.
Get on a bicycle and ride it into the sunset. I do really like that.
Yeah.
Okay, classic Drew. All right, so let's move on to the kind comments corner. What did you pull for this week?
Okay, so a little bit of background setup for this one. Garnier had a bunch of quote unquote Garnier girls. To me, it just seems like a lot of influencers who maybe are on Garnier boxes. Like, I'm
Okay.
not totally positive, but they all got to attend a taping of the Drew Barrymore show.
Okay.
And a lot of them did some really fun videos and cute photos with Drew afterward. Like they got to do little meet and greets. And so one of them at I am Soo Young Lee, I really liked her caption about meeting Drew.
Ooh, okay. So here's what she said. She said, some celebrities like Drew Barrymore have been in the spotlight since childhood. They've seen it all, experienced it all, and honestly have gone through hardships that we can't understand. It's such an honor to have met Miss Drew and to have been in her presence and share her space. She is hands down the nicest person I've met. In just the first minute, we got to know each other. We cuddled and talked about the world, mental health, gratefulness, real life, and more. I love this woman. What a role model and loving human being.
Oh, and then I
Yep.
included some photos for you to see of them being fun together.
This is so cool.
Oh, great. Huh?
Yeah. Oh,
So-
classic Drew to like make just such a beautiful impression immediately.
Of course. Yeah.
Giving her all.
What a sweet thing to say.
We love just featuring all the times that Drew has just made people's day, basically.
We sure do.
Okay, so I see we're just running right through these. You got a lot of fun things today. Okay, so what did you pull for this week in Drew history? I see something pretty cute here.
Okay, so May 22nd, 1995. Of course, we're all already like, you know the time, you know the era.
Yeah.
So Drew went on Late Show with David Letterman. That's what his show was called, right? Late
I
Show?
think so.
I think so. And she was there to promote Batman Forever and Mad Love. This was the first time that she came on after the flashing. It was only like a month later.
Yeah, I was going to say it was like really soon before
Yeah,
that. 'Cause
it's
what was she
crazy.
promoting in that one?
She was just there. It was April
okay.
12th. I know that. And this is May 22nd. So, you know, she just used to go on a lot. It was it was a good time.
Yes.
And so this one sadly has been scrubbed from the internet, which just
Boo.
like destroys me. One thing I remember is really cute is that she has a Band-Aid on her knee and just because she cut herself shaving.
Yes.
It's like such a Drew thing.
Her outfit is so like unique in this.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I don't know. The only thing in it I can see that maybe I remember her wearing another time is the necklace itself, because it's just like a ribbon with a little heart on it.
Yeah, she wore that a lot at this time, huh?
Yeah, but like that, just like this bright, like lime green, very 70s shirt that she's got like tied up in the middle. It's a men's shirt, it looks like, but she's like made it into a midriff. And it's so cute. She's pulling it off like
I know.
gangbusters.
She definitely had some great like 70s inspired style that year.
Oh yeah. But then like also so 90s, like the skirt is like a shiny, silvery, like
yeah.
oh my God. Like just describing the outfit, I'm like, it's kind of horrendous what I just described,
but somehow it's cute.
It's somehow so cute. And then the little tiny flowers in her hair, they're like pinky purple. You almost can't see them because her hair is like spiky and kind of sticking up. Oh my God, what a cute look. Oh, and I love that they show in the picture that you pulled, they show the Rolling Stone that was coming out in June that year.
I know. Oh, that perfect cover that we love so much. Probably never be topped. But yeah, that was I would love, I think our friends at Drew Barrymore Daisy probably have this.
Ooh.
So if I can maybe get them to send it over, maybe we can include a clip or something to go along with this because I need a refresher on this one.
I do too. Definitely. I can't remember like any part of the interview except like you said about the Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think they probably kind of talk about the flashing. I think she talks about how Eric's mom was watching and she realized it later and she said like, sorry, Mary.
Yes. But beyond that, I don't remember any details about it, but good pull. It's a very cute look. So make sure you check the episode page to see the beautiful look from May 22nd, 1995, y'all.
Yeah.
Howdy, Drewbies.
We want to tell you about our sponsor, Positive Medium. We've actually been clients of theirs for at least 10 years, and they take care of all of our website needs for thedrewsam.com.
They offer custom web design and professional coding, search engine optimization, marketing, and hosting. So we've been hosted by them, but we've also been able to take advantage of a lot of their expertise in these other areas as well.
Absolutely. So customer service is the biggest draw for us with this company. They have saved our site literally from obliteration quite a few times. But then they also help us with minor issues in just like literally a matter of minutes. So if we have like a coding question or just like something on the back end we can't figure out, we reach out to them and we get an answer back and the issue is solved within moments.
We're so excited that Positive Medium is allowing us to offer our listeners 25% off managed WordPress hosting plans using our promo code DREW, D-R-E-W, of course. And if you want to take advantage of this, visit positivemedium.com. We really, really vouch for these people. They've been so great to us and will continue to be great to us. I can only imagine.
I mean, they're great by offering this to our listeners. So take advantage. Again, it's promo code DREW, of course.
Okay, so what is new with Drew?
Oh, just a little bit.
Just like our last Drewsflash, it's just suddenly we like had enough to fill an episode. So let's jump into it. What do we have first?
Do you want to hit the headlines?
Okay, this is a quickie, but she went to something called the King's Trust Gala. I guess it's a charity that was founded by formerly Prince, now King Charles.
Okay.
And it was honoring Lionel Richie, so that might have had something to do with why she went, because she seems to really like him.
Mm-hmm.
As she was pictured there with makeup artist Charlotte Tilbury.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like a little aside, Charlotte is the one who, along with hairstylist Chris Appleton, did like a big sort of makeover on Drew last year.
Oh, yes, where they put like the blonde, like long
extensions. Yeah, and much more extreme makeup than she normally wears.
Yes, okay.
He shared that they did that again. It hasn't come up on the show yet, so I don't know like, if that's still coming. But it'll be fun to see when they do, because I mean, I kind of always love it when she just looks like does an extreme look, because it's so rare that she does that anymore. So I'm always like excited when there's a change like that.
Yeah, totally. And they totally did her up.
Yeah.
Could you tell if it was like the duo, like her and Chris Appleton that did it again? Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
So fun.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I see the cute look. Drew's got like a pinstriped kind of suit on. Has she worn that on the show?
I think so. And she's also heavily into ties in the last like month or so. I feel like she's constantly wearing ties. It's taking me back to 2001.
Totally. Although I know you don't like the 2001 look, so I hope this is feeling up. So you're like, no, I don't need to elaborate.
Like, it's fine. Moving on.
Okay, so what else?
Okay, this is a very random piece of information, and like, let's see what happens here. So Flower Films is going to produce a remake of the game show Hollywood Squares. This was on when I was a kid. I don't know if it originated even earlier. And then I remember, I think when I was in high school, it was like Whoopi Goldberg was on it. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. And I feel like maybe, oh my God, what's that guy's name? Never mind. It doesn't matter. I feel like there was somebody who was like always in the square.
Bruce Valanche.
Yes. You knew who I was talking about.
I don't even know. It just popped in my head.
But wasn't he like always on Hollywood Squares, like the earlier version of it? I think maybe it was started in the 70s. Either way, when I saw this news, I was like, does that mean Drew's going to be on it?
Yes, she's going to be the center square.
Wait, is she for real?
Yeah.
What?
I know. Isn't that random?
That's fun.
I mean, I know she loves game shows. Like, that makes sense, like that part. But I was like, are they going to film this in New York? Is she going to like temporarily come to California? I don't think it's, I didn't even include a link in our notes because this is when I was traveling that this came up, and I was like just quickly jotting it down so we wouldn't forget to discuss it. Yeah. But I don't think it's coming out for a while. Let me just pull that up real quick. It's just in like
early stages. Yeah. I feel like whatever news I saw was like a blurb.
Yes, very much. Oh, and apparently the show started in 1966. Whoa, way long ago.
Wow.
Okay, so according to Variety, it will air on CBS in January.
Oh.
So I'm almost wondering if they'll film it over the summer or something, like during the show's hiatus.
I'm intrigued.
And so it's going to run on Wednesday nights in January, paired with The Price is Right at night, which I can see her really being into that.
That is so cute. I can't wait to see Drew in that environment. I guess the closest thing we have to that was when she was hosting that. What the heck was that show called?
Oh, I never even watched it. The World's Best.
World's Best.
Yeah, I never saw a single episode of that. Can you believe that? That was in my like period where I was just like
not watching
really
TV.
Not had the energy. No, I was just like not keeping up with Drew stuff for a second there. I was too busy falling in love. And so like our digital files during those years are like really bare. I'm trying to fill them in. Anyway.
You're like falling in love.
I'm like, I don't have time for this Drew
All
business.
I've been doing in the last several years is falling in and out of love. So I understand.
Fair.
That's interesting. I can't wait to see what they do with that. Drew's going to be adorable. I've no doubt.
Yeah, hopefully we get all kinds of content from it.
It's hard to kind of describe to people who haven't seen Hollywood Squares what it is, but can we even, I guess maybe we'll wait to talk about it more when Drew's on.
Yeah, let's do that. And when we're a little more prepared.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. All right. So now let's get into Drew's little collab with Justin Bieber's Drew House.
Yeah, you took this one because you're the one that informed me again while I was on vacation. I'm like, I can't keep up with all this.
Okay. Yeah. So I think, these two things came out like right as we were releasing our last Drewsflash. It was like, come on. So, I think I saw it first on social media since I don't watch the show regularly, but Drew Barrymore with Justin Bieber's brand called Drew House. They're basically like they've curated a collection of Drew's old photos. So this is kind of crazy. And I'm like, well, I have a couple theories about it, but first I'll just explain what it is. So they've already released a sweater and a pair of pants, like corduroy pants that have the same picture of her on them. Black and white photo that we saw her post. Was it like on Instagram earlier this year or something?
Yeah, I think it was like last year, but we flipped out over it. It's a 1994 selfie, which didn't say no more, right?
Yeah. So it's printed on, an applique that's on the sweater and on the pants. Really, really cool. Drew on her show.
Drew House has made t-shirts with my face on it before, and we've collabed before. But this collection was really loved and very meticulous because rather than sourcing other images. I went into my personal photography collection. I have 25,000 images, almost 30,000 images archived from when I did photography. So we went into the archives and we picked about 20 to 30 images, whittled it down to about 10. And so the collection actually has like, I think we're dropping this one first, and then there's a few more to come out along the way.
I mean, the part that's most important, obviously, that we're going to be like, what? 25,000 to 35,000 photos of Drew's personal photography. I mean, I don't think I will buy any of these pieces, maybe secondhand because they're so expensive.
Yeah, they're so expensive. And the sweatshirt already sold out. It's really cute. I would totally wear it. But yeah, I went and it was like going to be $200 or something after shipping. And I was just like, ee.
Yeah. I mean, we had this feeling kind of about Guess as well.
Yeah.
But, so let's just, the one theory I have is that all of these like really cool pictures that have just been randomly kind of dropped on social media over the past like year.
And I'm like totally cutting you off mid-sentence, but I want to put a little like in parentheses
asterisk.
There was a video that went up on TikTok yesterday and then was swiftly removed with some really amazing photos.
That's right.
Anyway.
So we have to, because a couple things that have come up for us have been like, who's scanning these old pictures for her?
So that's been my big thing.
What's this archive look like? Are we talking about your boxes of pictures that we're calling an archive, or did you have to actually have an archivist come in there and like?
And why isn't it you, a professional archivist? Anne should be doing this.
Yeah, but also just like blowing my mind. Like, I want to see the 10. I want to see the 20. I want to see the 30. I want to see the 35,000. Are we kidding? Come on.
I mean, just the couple that we have seen recently, I feel like I've had like 10 heart attacks in the last couple of months.
Yes.
There's nothing like a rare photo that just like sends me. And it's like, this is why this is my hobby, because it makes me so excited.
I mean, when I found that Polaroid at the Academy Museum, and I just like, it killed me. I mean, we've died a lot.
We've died a lot lately.
There have been episodes where we've been dead on the episode.
I know.
Like,
we're still doing it.
Yeah. I mean, I hope that they're different ones than we've seen, obviously, selfishly.
Yeah.
So that but maybe these were the rejects.
I don't know. She did say, like, this was a quote on the show. She said, they're from me going to concerts, hanging out with my friends, playing. But so far, it doesn't really seem like that's what we're seeing. It doesn't matter. I love it. And bring it on.
Can't wait to see more.
Let's see more.
Yeah. I mean, that's that kind of size of archive. That just means she could make an endless supply of coffee table books for Drewbies alike.
God, yes. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Drew.
There's a lot of potential here. I don't want to.
Yeah, there sure is.
Bleh.
Drew, if you're listening, can we see your archive, please?
And can we be in charge of it? We would think of how
organized it would be.
Yeah, I'm like, there's literally no one, even Drew herself, I'm bold enough to say that, who could organize that more appropriately than we could.
Well, I guess when we get off this call, we're going to be making a proposal.
All right, let's move on before we lose our minds.
I mean, just everyone out there, just, absorb that. Anyone that you love having like this much content. I mean, if you're here, Drew is the one, right? I mean,
probably.
All right. So, what else do we have?
Oh, I hate this news. This is making me sad.
Well, okay. Let's get into it.
Okay, so Drew is selling her house in the Hamptons, and I'm really bummed about it.
Why do you think that you have because do you know she loves it, or what is it about it?
I think because we just went through this like episode where we talked about her house in the Hollywood Hills, and we really went through like an emotional roller coaster going through that. True. And how like sad it was that she said it had to say goodbye to it and how much it hurt her. And so I feel like it's like, okay, well, now she has these other places, she's got her apartment in New York, and then she has this house in the Hamptons that she's had for several years now. And it really feels like she's made it like a home, and she spends her summers there, and her, she's done like photo shoots there. And it's just like, why is this happening? Like, I just couldn't believe it.
I just couldn't help but wonder like what's next. Because I feel like when there's a move like this,
that's
like,
definitely,
there's got to be something else behind it.
There's a reason.
Yeah. When you were like, is she going to be in LA a little bit?
That's my wishful thinking, for sure.
Yeah, when we were talking about Hollywood Squares, who knows? So there are articles online about this, right? Are they the ones that are linking to like the actual realtor posts and
No,
stuff?
this is funny. So I think we just saw like a news article. Now there's a lot of them, but at first I just
Okay.
like got a snippet of it somewhere. It was listed at the end of April for over $8 million. Go Drew.
Yep.
It's a huge
Yep.
property, so it makes sense.
Oh yeah.
But then I was able to plug in the address and find the like real estate listings.
Oh yes.
Which are way more thorough. There's like photos and a video of the house.
Oh, that's right. I never watched it.
Oh, you better do that and find a way to save
Yes.
it because I couldn't figure out how.
Oh gosh.
But her personal items are visible in tons of the photos. So there's like Barrymore related photos and posters on the walls. There's beautiful items, all kinds of really cool things. So there's no question that it's like, very much where she
Her
was like
house.
setting up. Yeah, there's even like
Yep.
a couple things that I recognized from the walls of her Hollywood Hills
Her old-
home. And so
yeah.
that's like why I'm just like, no, again.
You know, I feel like though the place that she has like really planted herself, or I feel like has like had the most time is her place in the city,
Yeah.
her apartment. And I just wonder if maybe she just isn't using it enough,
Could
or there must
be.
be some, or maybe she's getting another place out there. Who knows?
Well, one of her friends did post a video there this past weekend. They were celebrating Brandon, one of her Flower Films people, and he works with her on the show. They were celebrating
Yeah.
his birthday at the house, and one of the friends posted a video saying like the end of an era, but can't like so excited about what's coming. So
well, so are we.
I really feel like maybe she's gonna buy a place in LA. I just have a feeling about it. I don't know. I'm being hopeful.
I guess we'll see. Maybe she's like seeing a point when like the girls can be more mobile.
Uh-huh.
Who knows? I
Yeah.
mean, how we're all, time is melting like a dolly painting.
Always.
Very interesting. So I'm curious to see what happens there. I mean, I was excited because I have family who lives there, who like has lived there for the past 10 years, like
Yeah.
not that far from where her home is purported to be, and now it's not going to be there. So
See, that sucks.
all right. So what else do we have? It looks like they refreshed the Etsy gift guide. I haven't checked it out.
Yeah, so she released like a new slew of things. One was like a cute, like for like a flower lover. And there was a lot of fun like daisy stuff I was really into. But
Aww,
the one I really
cute.
wanted to point out is that she included a set of sardine napkins, and it just
Hey,
was like, huh, maybe that sardine dish towel we gifted her was inspiration. I don't know.
love to think that.
Seems like an awfully big coincidence.
I do love the aesthetic. I just kind of am scrolling through the page,
they're
and
really
I'm just
cute.
like, oh. Hey, did you see that necklace that looks a lot like the necklace she wore? That's like the turquoise heart,
No.
but it has an initial inside.
Hold on, let me scroll down. Gifts for mom. Oh, that one?
Yeah, isn't that cute?
I totally clocked those as something I want.
So cute, but even the shape of the heart reminds me of that thing she wears on the show.
You're so right. I want one of those. We should
Ooh.
get them.
Yeah, we should.
These are by a maker called Jill Makes, and we'll link to those.
Yeah, if you want to know what we're
we'll link to them because why not? Give her a little more love.
and we're also comparing it to that little thing, so I guess why not? All right, so Etsy gift guide, very cute. I love that Drew has that little collab. That's who knows how much. I'd love to think that she is actually handpicking this stuff.
I think she's definitely heavily involved at the least. Like she just seems into that stuff. She loves the curation.
True, she sure does. Okay, so tell me about the last event we're chatting about.
Okay. Oh my gosh. I know why is there so much. Okay. So Drew attended the opening night of an exhibit / retrospective called People: Celebrating 50 Years about People magazine. It was at the Fotografiska. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong.
That's right.
Museum in New York, which is so funny. I had actually just been looking at their Instagram like a month previous because that photographer, Frank Oakenfills III, the one who does like the kind of photo strip, like he did that premiere from 1996 photo shoot and a couple others.
Yeah.
Anyway, he had an exhibit there and there was like one cool one of Drew on the wall, but it was something we've already seen. But I was like looking to see if maybe there were some that we had never seen. So I'd been looking at it recently. Yeah. Just a little side note.
How funny.
So anyway, so she was there and they had like one of the pictures from the 2020 People photo shoot on the wall. I actually really love that photo. It's her holding like an old school retro video camera.
Yeah, really cute.
And then also, I thought this was awesome. They had the journal from photographer Tony Costa. He did that 1984 cover shoot. They had his journal on display. I don't know if journal is the right word, maybe almost like an appointment book where he like had like the day's work, and he has a bunch of little photos, and those scans had been posted on, I think it was Flickr years ago.
Oh.
And anyway, it's a bunch of like outtakes and behind the scenes from that photo shoot of Drew and Henry Thomas and Ricky Schroeder. So I thought,
and it was so cool how they did the exhibit too. Like they had these like physical items in a case.
Of course, that appeals to us with our like ideas of the Drewsm for real in the future.
Absolutely. I'm like, who had that magazine? I mean, obviously it's like People, so it's probably from People's archives, but it's still like, oh, that's so cool.
I know.
It's an artifact.
Our frequent writing in person Christian had suggested, he like pointed out that they should have used that test Polaroid I have from her very first photo shoot from 1982 for People.
Too bad it's in a private collection.
Yeah, they should have asked me. I would have come and brought it, but I'd have to be there physically to do it. No.
Oh, darn.
Anyway.
Can I just like, I think her outfit here is so cute. I don't know if you have any emotions about it.
I'm not into it.
Okay. So she's wearing like a bow tie, like a big bow tie. I, for some reason, think it's so adorable. This like silk shirt with these like frilly, like, okay, again, describing it's going to sound terrible. Like a shiny silk shirt with a vest over.
It's almost like a pirate shirt.
It's not really.
I know,
think she looks so cute. I'm so bad at describing fashion.
I do like her like makeup and hair look. Like she looks really pretty. It's just not my favorite style for her to wear. That's all.
I think the outfit is real cute.
Well, that's why we're yin and yang.
Yes, we sure are. You're like, that's enough about that outfit.
Okay, so let's talk about how Drew is doing yet another partnership, which I'm a little like, another one, but this is a good one. So she's partnering with Ring, the like doorbell camera company, and the ASPCA, and they are teaming up to help shelter animals find loving homes. So people who share pet moments on Instagram or TikTok using the hashtag #RingPets through June 14th, for every post, they're going to make a $10 donation to the ASPCA and local animal shelters.
Aww.
So it's a great cause. We know Drew loves animals. She's been honored by the ASPCA in the past with an award for her work with rescues. All her animals are always rescues. And yeah, it's really sweet. And so Douglas, who's kind of become like a superstar in the last few months, I feel like.
Totally.
He got a little role in not only the photos for this ad campaign, but also a commercial.
And I think it's really cute. There's a particular part in there that I think is really funny. So I'm going to go ahead and play it. We'll discuss it a little bit, but I think this is a fun and a good match for Drew, I think. Okay.
Honey, I just wanted to take this moment to let you know how much I appreciate you, how much I love you and love having you in my life, your constant companionship, your unconditional love. Douglas, do you remember when I told you that I partnered with Ring to find a pet for their new commercial? It turns out that for every photo and video submitted, Ring is going to make a donation. Up to $500,000 for animals in need. No, Douglas, I can't submit a photo of you because you're a Nepo puppy. I can't even submit a photo of Jeremy. Look, he's inconsolable. Oh, Jeremy, I'm so sorry.
That's really cute.
Also, just a totally random
Those
side
are not
note.
her hands.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
What were you going to say?
No, I was going to say how hilarious it is that yesterday I realized that Jeremy, her lizard, has the same name as her first ex-husband. I'm like, did she realize that? Anyway.
No, her memory's just bad enough. I feel like that'd be one of those things where like it's like separated enough, like you don't think of your lizard in the same category, but I hadn't thought about it at all. Yeah,
is it kind of like how she maybe didn't think about the fact that she got married to Will on Justin Long and Bab's birthday? Anyway.
Yeah. So If you out there have not seen the commercial with Douglas, check it out because it's so cute.
It's great.
Douglas's little face.
I love his little face. Your buddy, Douglas. Hopefully I get to meet him sometime.
You have to.
So yeah, she's been doing like some promo for this little partnership. So there's some articles on CNN and Forbes. The guy who wrote the Forbes article, I don't have his name handy, but he was really sweet and reached out to us on Instagram and asked if we wanted to like share a link to it. And I was like, you know what? We already were talking about this article totally randomly this morning, and it was great. So yeah, one thing that she noted was that the Drew Barrymore show made a memorial wall for Lucy after she passed away, Drew's other dog, which I thought was so sweet. I want to see it.
Oh, yeah. Show it to us.
She also went on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon to talk about this new thing.
My God, Drew is doing so much.
So much. I had to laugh because like she wore another kind of sexy black outfit on the show. It seems to be like a trend when she goes on there. She's showing some leg. I like it.
Is it the third time she's worn like almost like a gothy thing on the show?
I think so. It's just like
so cool.
What she's
she
doing.
Looks so pretty. I didn't even watch it, but I saw the like intro and her dress and and so
I'm
cute.
sure you watched where they showed her first Tonight Show appearance from 1982 and like showed her reacting to it. Did you see that?
I don't know if I did.
Oh, okay. You have to at least watch that.
You know what's so wild? And when I look at that, my legs don't touch the ground.
You're a baby.
And like we all are growing up together.
Yeah.
You know? I'm 49 years old, and I'm just growing up with everyone.
Oh, you're phenomenal. We're so lucky.
And my
to
legs
grow up.
touch the ground now.
Yes, exactly. See what happens now?
And then the only other thing really of note was they did this weird sketch. I guess it's a reoccurring one on the show.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize that, but
me neither.
It's called Goat Leg Greg and Gilvin of the Tree. And Drew was Gilvin of the Tree sitting in a nest with some really bad, crazy fake teeth in her mouth that just would not stay put. And she could not speak with them in. Like, you can't understand anything she's saying.
At all. Like, I just don't even think she realized you couldn't understand, like, just how bad. And I just love that everyone's like, she's going with it. Yeah. They just like went with it.
It's live, baby.
They just went with it. It really, all these little things that they do where they're like in a skit really have like a Saturday Night Live feel. Obviously, Jimmy Fallon does that. And this does too.
And Jimmy even said like whenever they're going to do something like that, they always think of like, let's call Drew. So I thought that was cool.
Very cool. So ridiculous. I like how you told me what Mila said when she like, saw it on the screen, was just like freaking out. Like, what is that?
Yeah, and then when I told her it was Drew, she's like, what? Mom, what's wrong with her? What happened to her? And I was laughing so hard. And she's like, Mom. Anyway, you had to
I can just imagine you uncontrollably laughing at just because if you see a quick shot of her teeth just looking like horrid, although I think despite that one part of it, the outfit's kind of adorable, and she looks kind of adorable in that blonde wig she's wearing, like
a little elf.
Little Alfie
twins. Okay, last thing. The Drew Barrymore show, as we mentioned a little bit here and there, they wrapped season 4 on May 15th. So the show is done for the summer on hiatus, which means our content is probably going to take a little dip soon.
And it'll be like probably more regular episodes. We'll see how I ramp up into my summer as Drew is ramping down into hers.
Yeah. And that's it. We did it. We're back.
Yeah, there's our Drewsflash. Thank you, everybody, for sticking with us.
Yeah,
we have lots to talk about. You know, we're just living our lives a little bit.
We are. And we're going to be doing our Patreon episode for Chapter 4 of Little Girl Lost very soon. We're hoping to record that this week. So stay tuned. We want you guys to enjoy these. We're working so hard on them, and they mean a lot to us. So if you're not already a Patreon member, go over to patreon.com/howdoyoudrew because we are really proud of what we're doing over there.
Yes, we are. And we keep teasing a future movie episode. That's still coming.
Oh, I know.
It's still coming.
I put the DVD in the DVD player or Blu-ray player or whatever. That's as far as I got. I got it in. The opening credits started, and then I had to be called to do mom things. And I was like, well.
Literally baby steps. Literally baby steps.
We will get there.
Are both helping you get there and keeping you away from it.
All right. Thank you so much, you guys. We're sorry that we haven't been around, but we appreciate you coming back. We are happy to be here. If you like the show, don't forget to give us a little love on whatever podcast platform you're listening to. If you leave a review, like an actual, you go and you be a person that uses keyboards and you type your own beautiful words on Apple Podcasts, we'll read them here on the show and we'll love you and thank you.
Yes. Thank you in advance. And just go do it.
Just do it if you haven't already.
But those of you who have, thank you. You can do it again. Just tell us how much
true.
you're still loving the show. Do it again. We'll shout you out again.
And then, of course, follow us on Instagram at How Do You Drew Pod. That's the best place to know if we are taking like a week off. You know, we just kind of do those little updates over there.
Yeah.
And then at Drewsm, always keeping the content coming over there.
Yep. And Ashley did just fill in like all of the mag years over at the Drewsm. So
that's true.
Make sure you go check that out.
Oh my God, was that a lot of work?
I mean, the archive online, like, come on.
Yeah, we're a pretty great resource, thedrewsm.com. Check it out.
And I've said to visit our website. Make sure that you visit howdoyoudrew.com, which is hosted on the Drewsm. Sign up for our Patreon.
Just How Do You Drew.
You'll find us. And also don't forget to send listener mail to howdoyoudrewpod@gmail.com or send us a message on social media. We're around and we love to hear from you. My question to take us out is, what is your favorite spring specific flower? I think I know the answer.
Oh, easy peasy. Peonies, baby, from Trader Joe's.
I knew you were going to say that.
Trader Joe's peonies are the shit. I look forward to them every May. I freak out. I geek out. I already got one bouquet. I have a second one that's getting ready to open up.
Oh
I like know all the steps you take to like make them really happy. And yeah, it's like my favorite time of the year in a lot of ways.
I can hear you smiling. I'm going to say mine is the California poppy because I was just home.
Oh, that's a great one. That's your background right now on Zoom.
It sure is. That's kind of why I was like thinking about it. I was like, okay, what's been making me so happy? Yes, looking at my porch and seeing spring flowers. But I was just in California and those beautiful things just really make their appearance and then they leave and you can't have them in a bouquet. It's like you have to enjoy them.
Or you have to put them on your skin as a tattoo like you did.
Or that. I mean, that's what I decided to do. Okay, everybody. Thank you for staying through the end. And we'll see you next Tuesday.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. This episode of the How Do You Drew podcast was researched and produced by Ashley and Ann from thedrewsm.com with help from our sponsor, Positive Medium.
Special thanks to Matt Costa for our lovely theme song, Roxy Prima for our adorable logo, and last but not least, Drew Barrymore and all the Drewbies who love her. We do this for you. Thank you.